Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Hope you're all having a great day today. It's been way too long since I've uploaded a video or made a video. Well, it's been too long since I've uploaded a video. I've made some videos, but I've held back on uploading them. And I thought that coming back, it's probably been like 2 months since my last upload, I would give you guys the video that I probably owe you the most. So for everyone that's been keeping an eye out on the follow-up to this, I am sorry that it took this long to put out. It's just, there's been a lot going on. Just some personal stuff, financial hardships, mental health stuff, that doesn't matter. I made the video, which was maybe 4 or 5 months ago, on the Sire S7 Sherwood Green that I have. I had good praises to think about it, about the tone and all that, but there were some issues with the build quality. Specifically the routing on the back of the treadmill cover was really bad. And so at the time when I uncovered it, I was pretty irate about it. It's not necessarily a key functional thing to the guitar, but at a price point of, $659 or whatever the price point is for these guitars, I was kind of expecting better. That wasn't the only issue. There were some other build quality issues, scuffs on the neck, dings, dents, that kind of thing. Things that shouldn't be there, minor finish flaws, just a kind of a hefty accumulation of things. But as I mentioned in the video, the guitar sounded fantastic. I gave you some playing examples, kind of like this one. And I sang its praises on how good it sounded, and it played okay. It still needed setup. Obviously, one setup plays really nice, but either way, that was probably, a really bad example of a Sire. And so I made a video just saying, hey, this guitar sounds great, but it's got some big problems with it. That was my opinion. Some of you agreed with me, some of you didn't agree with me, and were very passionate about it, and I get it. If you really like a brand, anyone says even the slightest thing, it might trigger you. Totally get it. I never actually said the guitars are bad. In fact, in the video, I said multiple times that my T7, this guy right here, is absolutely awesome. And so I want to give you the conclusion, because I did email based on your suggestions. I emailed Sire Guitars. I emailed Sire Guitars Global and Sire Guitars USA. And so I've got the emails because I thought their responses were interesting, and I figured I would read them for you. I'm going to have to kind of go through this a little bit. It's just a little bit of a chain. But my initial email, I'm definitely not going to read this whole thing because I was just trying to nail all the points and show the picture and everything. But essentially, I just said, hey, guys, this is who I am. This is what I do. I'm a guitarist like everyone else. And I bought a T7 from Interchins that I really liked it. And so then I got a T7 from Thomann, and I listed all the issues in the email. I showed them pictures, and I said Thomann basically told me to take a hike, which is unusual because most of the responses that I've gotten for many issues in the past with Thomann have been favorable, but this time they were just like, you're on your own. And so it took, let me see how many days. 6 days, and I got a response, and the person that reached out to me, his name is Mariano from Sire USA Customer Service. So he's like, hey, so sorry for the late reply. Sorry to hear in regards to the issue you are having with your Sire S7. We try hard that our quality control from our factory comes out at its best. However, human error, there could be one that slips out from the factory. Kind of what we already guessed, right? I'm going to forward your concerns to our factory, and we can concentrate more on the quality control. I'm like, well, I'm glad it's going somewhere. I received authorization specifically from our director to send you a brand new replacement for the Sire S7 in Sherwood Green. The address shown on the Thomann purchase receipt is blah, blah. Upon getting confirmation, the replacement guitar will ship out on Monday from our warehouse. We'll also send you a prepaid return label. So we ask that you send the other instrument back to us. We look forward to hearing from you soon. So I was shocked to hear that they wanted to replace the guitar. I'm not sure what I was looking to achieve from my email out to them, but, credit or something, or maybe taking it to an authorized retailer to kind of maybe Dremel and smoothing out that route on the back would have been nice, but a replacement sounds great, right? And so they sent that. I responded the next day, hey, like that's great news. You know, I validated the address, all that. Um, they emailed me a day after that, letting me know that it's going to be the next week. There's going to be a prepaid return label on the guitar, and I was like, great. Once I get it, I'll send the guitar back out. And so I got the guitar. I'm going to show it to you guys in a second. I got the guitar, but I never got the label. And so I emailed them, like, hey, I got the guitar. Thank you so much for the replacement. Honestly, at that point, just for them replacing it, if there were any issues with the routing on the back cover, I wouldn't complain about it, because just them showing me that level of customer service was more than enough for me. But I told them I didn't get the label, and so, I couldn't send the guitar because I don't know where to send it to. And I kept waiting for a response. I didn't get one. Then probably a week passed, and I emailed them again. Like, hey, just another email saying I never got the label, and I didn't get one, and it's been a while, and not intentionally, but like I said, some things have happened, and this hasn't just been my main priority. But yeah, I figured what I do today is communicate with you guys what happened, show you the replacement guitar, and then we're gonna look at it in greater detail for the first time. Because believe it or not, I played the guitar a couple times, but I decided not to take any of the back plates or anything off. I just figured I'd be surprised with you, whether it's positive or negative. And like I said, even if it's like the other one, I'll still be very, very content. There's already a reason why I'm content, and why I'm happy with it, and I'm gonna show you why. As I take the guitar out of the case. Here we go. All right. So, if any of you are keen observers, that almost broke the floor. If any of you are keen observers, you'll notice that the pickguard on this is different. And that's because this is the revised model for the S7 in Sherwood Green, which is, again, so great of them, to do that. They didn't have to. The primary difference is the pickguard, and then this has a push-pull there on the bridge to split the bridge pickup. So very, very good. Some of the things I can tell you just from, the time I played the guitar in and all that, the fret ends are much better on this one. There's no cracks at the end of the fret ends, which the other one, the old guitar, which I still have here, Sire. So again, please send me your label. We'll talk about that in the end. But that's much better. From an outside perspective, just looking at the guitar overall, there's no finish loss on the body, which I did have some on the older one. And the neck, if you can appreciate it this time, you see that's really nice, smooth, but also slightly oiled and hydrated, as it should be. And that was one of the complaints that I talked about. Not that it was a big deal, but I don't know why so many import companies sometimes miss with it. And many of you didn't understand or misinterpreted what I said, and you thought I just said that it's dry because it's a roasted neck, and that's not what I meant. It just needed hydration, so it doesn't feel like there's any rough spots or bumps or anything like that, which is not the case with this guitar. This one just feels great. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to open the tremolo cover, the tremolo backplate. We're going to remove that and look at it in greater detail just to see if we find anything. But regardless, just technically upgrading me to the new model. I didn't have to pay shipping. I don't have to pay shipping to return that one because I got a label. Well, I'll get a label for it at some point. And I think, this shows you that you should definitely put your trust in these guitars, even if the retailer that you buy them from doesn't have your back. Toman for me, Toman, not Toman. Screw you, Toman, for this. Sire for me went above and beyond. So let's open this up, see what it looks like, and then we'll wrap up the video. All right, guys, so we got the guitar here on the bench, and I'm going to do some of these things one-handed. But the first thing we're going to do is turn on this very bright light so we can kind of look at the finish. First thing I want to say, I think the finish is great, but I think the guitar looks so much better with that tortoise pickguard. So I'm glad that was a change that they decided to go in. Let's look at the fret ends. As you can see, they are pretty good, pretty clean, much better than the ones that we had on the other one. So glad to see that. They are still doing the clear coat on the fretboard. the abalone inlays, and then let's look at the headstock. Take a quick look at the nut. I'm not used to doing this, so I am sorry if this is not YouTube ideal. Anyways, let's flip the guitar over to its back very carefully. And then you guys are going to be able to see the grain on the neck, I think, is very, very nice. It's nicer than the one that I had for sure. Well, still there. We'll go back to Sire eventually. And then, yeah, there are the contours. There's the finish. Again, no finish flaws that I could find anywhere on the guitar. So I am going to grab a screwdriver and remove that plate. A professional YouTuber would have done this beforehand. But that's not who we are. High quality content. All right. Let's remove this, see what we got, see if it's any better than the one that we had. And like I said, at this point, even if it's not, I'm very happy with the outcome and what they decided to do here. So I think that just goes to show that this company is committed to what they're doing, right? Which I think most of us that are following the Sire brand know. They're trying to give you high quality products that are comparable or better than some of the big name brands, but not at a huge cost, right? Most of their guitars fluctuate. Depends on the series that you're looking at, right? We got the 7 series, which is what this is, and those are in the 600 to 750 range, give or take 760. There's also the 3 series, which is a more basic one, and that was in the $400 range, I believe. So I am going to speed some of this up. All right, moment of truth. Okay, so it is definitely better than the last one. It's not perfect, but at this price point, I mean, perfection is kind of hard to expect. I don't know if I expected it to be perfect. This is definitely much better and much cleaner by a lot than what we had last time. So glad to see it. Really, if we're gonna nitpick to the extreme, there's only some rough spots here and some rough spots right here and here. But I'll take a picture and put a comparison to the other one. This is definitely much better. Again, this neck much better. It's not as dry as the other one. This is properly hydrated, no finish flaws, and the guitar looks better than the other one I had. So let's go back to the rest of the video. All right, so we looked at the guitar in detail. Much better, pretty much all around. Better routing as well. So glad to see it. Overall final thoughts. I mean, there's not a lot to say here, right? I got what might be the worst example of a Sire, and it was still a guitar that sounded great, and when a little bit of work, was a great instrument just as well, right? And now, when I told them about it, they replaced and upgraded the guitar, so to speak, with the newer version, which is even better, not only from an aesthetical standpoint, but from a build quality standpoint. This is more in line with my T7, so now I got a perfect one. Sire, thank you so much. I appreciate your response. It's hard for me to say, my channel isn't too large. I don't know if this has any influence on their decision to replace it, but either way, they didn't have to do it, and they did, so I'm grateful for it. And like I told you guys, I thought it was an interesting response because it wasn't the one I was expecting. But yeah, that's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this was a satisfying conclusion to watch to the Sire S7 saga. I still have a lot of content for you guys, including a Sire T7 review, so we'll eventually get to that. Just trying to get some things in life going on with my life, but subject for another day. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate the support. I hope you all have a great day. Take care and see you on the next one.